In the bustling heart of Odu village, people gathered every market day to sell yams, palm oil, and cloth. Among them sat a ragged man with torn clothes and a calabash for begging. His hair was unkempt, and flies danced around him as he stretched his hands for food. The villagers called him the useless one and often pushed him aside when he blocked the road. Little did they know that the man who appeared hungry and broken was once Okonkwo the Fearless, the greatest hunter in all the lands. Years ago, his arrows never missed, and his name alone sent wild beasts fleeing into the forest. But now, covered in dust and silence, no one recognized him. The people of Odu loved to boast. Their men bragged of strength, their women boasted of beauty, and even the children laughed at strangers. The beggar became their favorite mockery. They poured leftover food into his calabash and laughed. "Eat, dirty one. Even dogs eat better than you." Okonkwo sat quietly, watching them with eyes as sharp as a hawk. He had returned in disguise, not because he was weak, but because the spirits had told him to test the hearts of his people. What he saw was pride without compassion, wealth without kindness. One moonless night, a cry shattered the peace of Odu. A terrible beast, half lion and half serpent, slithered out of the dark forest. Its roar shook huts, and its scales glittered like fire. It destroyed farms, devoured goats, and left footprints that burned the earth. Panic swept through the village. The chiefs called for warriors to defend the land, but fear gripped every man. Spears trembled in their hands, and even the strongest hunters hid behind their wives. "Who will save us?" they cried, but no answer came. And in the shadows, the beggar listened. At dawn, the beggar rose from his corner and walked to the village square. The people laughed. "Even the useless one wants to die," they mocked. But instead of begging, he asked for a bow and arrows. The chiefs hesitated, but with nothing left to lose, they handed him an old weapon. When Okonkwo touched the bow, the people gasped. The wood glowed, and his eyes shone with the fire of old. Standing tall, his ragged clothes seemed to vanish, and in their place stood the fearless hunter of legend. For the first time in years, the villagers realized who the beggar truly was. With a steady hand, Okonkwo faced the beast at the edge of the forest. His first arrow pierced its fiery scales, the second struck its heart, and with the third, the monster fell with a thunderous cry. The land was saved, and silence covered the village like a blanket. When the people bowed before him, Okonkwo spoke. "You mocked the poor and despised the weak. Remember, a man's worth is not in his clothes, but in his spirit. Treat every stranger with kindness, for you do not know who sits among you." From that day, Odu learned humility, and the beggar who was a hunter became a legend forever told around the fires.